Good morning. I just finished watching a video by Dr. Kim, Dr. Gene Kim, and this video he was discussing the errors in Anderson and Harvin dealing with the mark of the beast. Now, of course, Harvin and Anderson are post-trib guys, and I'm a pre-trib guy. But the real issue comes down to eternal security in the tribulation and the faith work system. These guys are coming out with the faith works. They think because you don't take the mark of the work, that's a work. It's a work that shows faith, just like the Hebrews 11. It's a work. It's not a work that's part of your faith. In other words, gives you salvation. It's a work that shows you have faith. That's what not taking the mark will show. You have faith. If you take the mark of the beast, it shows you haven't faith. That's the crucial thing. Your faith will be shown up by what you do, but it shows what you believe. It isn't part of that that the work somehow are added or met or blended in with your faith, which is can't happen. The fact is grace. It's going to be the all grace, or it's going to be all works, and faith is what goes with grace, not works. So the works, not taking the mark, will show who's saved and who's not. Now, their argument is that this great pressure is going to be, and then of course there's great deception. In fact, it's so bad that God shortens the days. That's what they ignore grace. What these guys want to do is act like grace isn't there anymore. And there will be grace enough for people who will die instead of taking the mark, and people will resist the taking the mark because they'll have the grace to do so. And God's grace is sufficient for them. So that's how we understand our eternal security is based on the fact that we're in union with Christ. That's a different way of being eternal secure. But that doesn't mean eternal security doesn't exist because it's a different way of God's doing it. It still exists because they're still His sheep, and He's not going to lose them. And even Ruckman, and I go after I point Ruckman out because this is where this is coming from. This is a PBI, and it's all coming out of this faith work system. And that if people teach a faith alone system, people in the tribulation are just going to think they can take the mark and go to hell, as if God's not is going to tell them. Then they're going to know what the issue is. They won't be deceived. They won't be deceived. That's why people take the mark. They're deceived. God is going to let them know that they can't take the mark, and that's why they believe and they don't take the mark. But even in the Luckman's commentary here on the Romans 11. He points out here about the 7,000 who did not bow the knee to Baal. And he says here about the election, it was based in time on the works of those 7,000 men. Of course, there was no doubt that God bestowed His grace on those 7,000 men so that they could keep from bowing to Baal. So you get a point that God is going to give grace to these men and women going through the tribulation, not to take the mark. That's not a faith work system. It's basically a system that the works are going to show what you believe and what you don't believe. That's just like in Hebrews 11. By faith, those men did those works that showed up. And so when these guys are trying to pass this off, to say that what they want to do is they want to put it into an isolation. Just because these guys aren't saved the same way, saved and kept saved in the same way we are, doesn't mean eternal security doesn't exist. It's a principle of God. He doesn't lose His own. He doesn't lose His sheep. Once you've been regenerated, you're not going back to be unregenerated in any dispensation. And so don't let these guys kid you. The fact is that God's grace will be sufficient for those men and women going through the tribulation not to be deceived, so they don't take the mark. Just like the men who had the grace not to bow the knee to Baal and the 7,000 men. God's grace shows up, and there'll be horrible times during the tribulation. That's why many people die rather than take the mark. But that not taking the mark shows faith. It's not mixed. It's not a requirement of their faith that to be saved. They're saved, and then that's why they don't take the mark, and God will give them the grace in order to resist taking the mark. Amen. Thank you.